Okay, we are back. And I know I didn't get anything done on the game front. Where is? I didn't get anything done on the game front today, which is okay. I'll do it tomorrow because I'm still thinking I'm gonna soldier on through, and so at the very least it's going to take till next April, I guess. Maybe if I'm lucky, I will be quick enough to actually um. Did I do? I didn't do the recording thing, did I? Nope, I didn't. Oh, that's okay. That's because it was part one, anyways. All right. Okay. Now let's go to. We're gonna have to actually kind of start this over to, um, because I need to get the coordinate spaces correct. Because I moved all of the rooms based on the starting point. So when I'm at a certain position, I kind of understand why I did it though. Okay. Get room under mouse. Okay, so probably what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to subtract the top of the first room. So the main menu room, the top room, if I subtract that from the, I don't know if I subtract it or if I add it. I add the number onto the position so that if it's negative, then it will place it at 0. So it'll place the top of that at 0, and that's what we want. I think, in fact, I think that's how I want to do it anyways, because I move the rooms around just so I can have it local. So when I add a new room, it adds it right at the right position. That's why I moved the chunk of rooms around. I didn't even actually move the rooms node. I don't believe it should be still at 0, 0. But I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Let's just run it for a quick sec. Okay, we can do that right now. It's fine. See, now if I hold it down, see, okay, so, okay. So it's going to hinge on whether or not we can get the correct room underneath the mouse, okay? So basically here is the deal. Subtract or add. I think what we want to do is we want to add because it'll subtract because it's a negative number. So we add the position. So that way, that means even if it's plus 10, let's see. I mean, it's not opposite, right? So if it was at 0, 0, it would be fine. If it was at 10, 10, 10, um, yeah, I think you want to add it, but I'm not really sure. So I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. I know that ChatGPT hasn't been helping Rennie, but do that. We'll pull that up and we'll see if that will fix. Hey Rook, welcome back. Of course, this is, I guess, the more interesting part is the where is, okay, Blood Thief. This is what I wish, this guy's tools are what I wish my videos are like. Of course, I think it's like this is 7 and 3 months. 3 months, 4 weeks ago. So he's had, and I don't know about the dates for these other ones. It always just says like a year ago or whatever. But I think he's got like these long stretches in between videos, and maybe that's what I should do too. Maybe that's the point. But I happen to think that he's getting views because people like that whole idea of the game itself. Even in other words, the game is cool enough that you want to learn about how he made it, and then his videos are interesting too. So I'm still thinking about that. I'm still trying to figure out whether or not I wanted to change up how I'm doing the streams, or you know, maybe I still stream less, but I still make the game like I've been doing. Or maybe I just still draw them. Or maybe I find a way of limiting it down to like 10 minutes or something, where it's like super quick. That's hard to do though, because when I have to think up stuff, I have to come up with something. And coming up with things is the thing that takes the most time. Anyways, that's not what we want to do. We want to do here, and we want to do click drag functionality. Okay. So we want to be able to detect what room is under the mouse. And I was figuring out that it's because I'm actually using a phantom third, what do you call that, world space? What did I say? Keep the rooms. Is that about right? Actually, Monday, September 29th, 2025, at approximately 2:25 p.m. EDT. And that's approximately. I don't know spell, but I mean lazy. Okay. You basically end up with Phantom 30's coordinate space, viewport space where the raw mouse lives, room's container space, offset, individual room local space, each room own rect2, essentially juggling all three at once. So yes, when you're checking is the mouse for this room, you're normalizing into the same space. Either convert the mouse position to sim local. Okay. Phantom space is just the offset introduced by the parent room's node, which isn't being accounted for. No, no thanks. So the reason I got this phantom third space, phantom, pretty hot and atom. Okay. Okay. The reason I got this phantom third space, it's because when I add new rooms, it always adds them at 0, 0. So, in order to be at the correct position in the hierarchy of the rooms, I usually grab all the rooms and move them up until they're side by side with the origin. So that's what's throwing me off. So I simply take the top of the first room and add it to my I think, let's see, how does that work? And add to something. I can't figure out where at this point I should add it. So once I have the coordinate space in local to rooms, then I think I would add the position to of the top room to it. That ways it gets converted properly. We'll see what it says. I mean, I wasn't really asking it for. I was just saying, I'm just laying all the rooms around, just to get them sitting nicely. You convert the rooms to local. You're now in coordinate space of the room's container node. But since you shifted all the child rooms en masse, so their local origins are no longer aligned in that container, you've effectively introduced an extra offset that isn't accounted for automatically. That's your phantom third space. So your idea is right. You need to rebase the mouse coordinates against the top first room. Concretely, one way to think about it is get mouse and room's local space adjusted by subtracting the position of the first room's top left corner or center, depending on how you aligned everything. Now that adjusted coordinate can be compared directly to your get panel rect calls, since as if all rooms were laid out relative to the first one. Okay, pretend the first room is 0, 0, 0. Where's the mouse now? I don't know if I wanted to do it or not. Let's see. It is correct. So, well, first let me ask, wouldn't I do an add since the top and probably left is going to be a negative, so it will subtract that. So that way also, if a room happens to be below or to the right, then it's translated properly. So if origin is 0, 0 and the room is 10, 10, we add 10, 10. The origin is 0, 0. I'm just doing this for like example reasons. Like I don't need to say it twice, but I'm doing it anyways. But the room is at -10, -10. We add -10, -10, which effectively subtracts 10 from the origin. And places the mouse at the correct position. Yeah, if you're thinking about the right way, the keys, the room's positions are relative to the container. If your anchor room happens to be far up negative coordinates, then adding its position will shift the mouse back in the same space. So the adjustment looks like mouse local, rooms to local, get viewport, to get mouse position, adjust mouse equals mouse local plus first room position. That way, if first room position, the mouse gets shifted by 1010. If the first room position is -10, mouse gets shifted by 1010, which is the same as subtracting 10. So yes, add is the right move. You're effectively moving the origin. So all the rooms line up relative to the first one. No, I'll do it. Just do it. Just a moment, please. So I'm actually going to do that manually myself. It's one of those things, like you tell it to do something and it does it, and then you drop it in and something doesn't work right. It should work completely fine, but it's not my experience. My experience is like it's not doing that. Get okay. Get mouse position. Okay. Okay, so get mouse. Okay, let's go to get. Let's find get mouse position. It's the right one. I just want to make sure that that it is the right one. So get mouse position, viewport, rooms to local mouse position, return mouse local. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Get room under mouse. Room under mouse is this one. So I just renamed these other two because they're different variations, and this is like the old way, except for now it has this extra Okay. Get room under mouse. Okay, let's find this first. And obviously those are the other. Okay, this is where I do it, right? Okay, so this is going to tell us the room under mouse. So I don't actually need to add any more print statements because it should just do it. So let's go back down to the actual correct one, which is this guy right here. And let's just do the thing. You know the thing. Editor hint, room ID is main menu. Print that. That's fine. Okay, so this is all just for that. Okay, panel rect equals has point. Okay, so let's just do this. Var adjusted mouse pause equals mouse pause plus hey, let's put it up here. Let's see, get room under mouse. I'll take that out later. Okay, so just give me a sec. Get room children. Var room children. Okay. I don't know if var rooms. I don't know if rooms is already being used. So let's current layout rooms equals get room children. Okay. Then when we go in here for room in current layout rooms, okay, and then we can just get the thing directly. Oh, that's an array, isn't it? Room list? Do I want? Room list, room dictionary. Oh, I can do it like that. Of course, of course, of course. Uh, it should be 0, right? Um, do print. Let's actually go ahead and we won't worry about that just yet. Well, actually, that doesn't matter, does it? Current layout rooms 0 dot position. I think would work. I think that's correct. But I won't do the adjusted just yet. So print room 0 is comma current layout rooms 0 dot ID. Okay, we're gonna do that. So that is whenever I click it, it should pop up on the output. So let's see if that works, because I think it should work anyways. Yeah, mouse. What did I do? Mouse. What do I call it? Room 0 is. Where is room 0 is? Room 0 is main menu. Okay, so that's correct. That's correct. Okay. I don't need that print statement anymore. I probably don't need these either, but I'll just leave them in there just for right now. And what we'll do is we'll call this adjusted position. So return room. Now it should return the correct room. Let's see if it returns the correct room, right? Okay. So room under mouse. Room clipped. Room under mouse. Still null. Why is room under mouse still null? Okay. Why is that still null? Should not be null. Room position. Room's container position. Okay, let's read that. Room position. Room container position. Room under mouse. No. Huh. So why is it still returning a null? That's what I want to know. Okay. We do have mouse position, -401, -20. Okay, so let's print adjusted mouse pause equals comma adjusted mouse pause. I probably shouldn't need to. Okay, I do know that there is a deal here. Maybe I'll address it here in a second. I'm gonna see what the deal is here. So let's look at this first, because we're gonna see what adjusted mouse position 1532. I don't know why it had to do it like a billion times though. Oh, I see. I do know why I had to do it a billion times. That's interesting. It didn't change anything, but it is okay. So we can put adjusted mouse position up here at the top. Uh, we can put it underneath the. We'll put it underneath this, like so. Okay, let's try this again, I guess. Figure out what's going on here. Mouse position, adjusted mouse position, room position. Hmm. Adding negative to negative. Hmm. Go ahead and copy. So let's see. Um. So it's still returning a null, but here's the output. I noticed how it's out of bounds. That's because the mouse position is negative, and so adding the two just puts it further out. I'm not sure why the mouse. Well, I mean, if 00 is down there and the mouse is up here, huh? Something tells me it needs to be positive. Of course, I am not going to force it by changing the, what do they call that? By changing the sign. But I have a feeling maybe there's an order problem. That's the same space as the room recs. You want to normalize them to the same origin since your rooms are offset far away. Because the room rec is already stored relative to the rooms node. Your mouse position after converting rooms to local is also in that space. The mismatch comes from the fact you shifted all the rooms way off. So you need to shift the mouse back into the same baseline. So with subtraction, you get something closer to the actual instead of further away. No, I can do that. Well, just subtract and see how the values end up. So it's like we're already doing it. That's why. So since we're already doing it, it's putting it into negative, which means I have to subtract it instead of add it. I guess is the idea. So I knew it had to be positive because I know I'm actually getting close to it. So let's try. Where's the adjusted? The adjusted. Okay. Let's do minus. We'll just see if that just kind of fixes it. I mean, it's kind of weird that to say that something like that, just changing the sign fixes it. But if it's already did it already, then that's the why it's doing that. So let's just click it. Room under mouse is still null. See now, when I did that, adjusted mouse position is positive. It's not negative. See, that's the problem. Yeah, that doesn't work either. Uh, Wait a second. Maybe I did it wrong. Maybe I'm the one that actually did it wrong. Just a mouse position. Okay. So that just completely switched signs. So now it's registering way below. That's not right either. So this is the debug output. Do that. And this is the line that did that. that minus was a plus previously. So maybe it's the line. Maybe what I need to do is I have to change it because I still have to get the sign in the right thing. So maybe what I have to do is uh, subtract the mouse position from the main menu position. We'll see what it says. I won't necessarily do what it says, and then I'll come back and say, well, maybe it's just my order is wrong. See if it. Let's see if it comes up with anything, because I don't know. Could actually, let's see, 3:30. Could actually get this done today, maybe. All I wanted to do is show the correct room underneath the mouse. So it's probably just don't overthink, like I said. It's probably you need to use minus, but you need to subtract the rooms. You need to subtract the mouse from the rooms, which will add, which means uh, no, wait, sign flip. This is raw arithmetic when you add subtract two negatives. Both mathematic. The only question with this is to test all reasonable pairings of mouse right conversions to see which one returns true. It's not done yet, is it? It's not letting me type anything either. Okay. I'll tell you one thing. I'll say one thing. Instead of well, how about this? Before I do any of that, a thought just occurred to me that I'm just trying to get the mouse into the coordinate space of the actual rooms. So maybe subtraction is correct, but maybe the order is swapped. So if I say currently, let's see, current layout rooms 0 minus mouse pause minus mouse pause. Okay, that means that what did I do over here? That is, we'll say negative 1110 minus negative 424 turns that into a plus 424 if I'm correct in my thinking, meaning that 0 actually in fact let's do the thing here too. Negative 1110 minus negative 424 equals negative 686, and that will put it in the correct. 6, which should put it in the correct coordinate space. Arduino? What's it saying Arduino for? Where is the mouse relative to the room's origin? If instead you flip it, room position minus mouse position, you're asking where's the room's origin relative to the mouse. Both mouse positions and room position are negative, large in magnitude. The sign flip changes whether you're pushing the coordinate further out or pulling it back to the origin. Quick math to your numbers. Case A. So yeah, swapping the order flips the sign of both axes. Which one is correct depends entirely on what get panel rect is defined in. It's already the same space as room position, then subtracting mouse from could line up properly. Try the swapped order just like you thought and log whether adjusted mouse position correctly actually falls inside the rect returned. If it does, you nailed the space alignment. No, you don't need to do anything. I don't need you to do anything extra. I just gotta see if it works, that's all. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Which it seems to be what's happening lately. So, let's see here. Hello, Sinful Bobcat. Welcome to the game is coming along very slowly. And actually right now I'm just doing the layout part. My second half I always I'm working on code in the second half. The first half is always the game, but today since I had a break last week, getting up to speed, I didn't actually get much done story-wise. So I'm deciding whether or not I want to restart the phase because the first phase was supposed to be a shortened version of the game, of the story. So not more than a couple hundred, not more than maybe 100 pages total, including all decision points, which means I would have to combine story beats in order to make sure it's short enough to do that. But I'm already 30% in, so I might just keep doing what I'm doing. I gotta figure out a way to speed it up though, because otherwise it's just gonna take forever. Anyways, that's beside the point. We're gonna try this. We're gonna see if this actually does do what I'm thinking here. I'm just trying to get the one's coordinate space in the other, and so basically I'm just trying everything I can throw at it. So if I click this, it's still null though. Why is it still null? Mouse position -406. Adjusted mouse position -704. Room position is -110. And that should be correct. That should fall in there. But this somehow still doesn't fall in there. Why not? Room position, adjusted mouse position. That's so weird. Okay. Let's do this again. I gotta restart it again, and I gotta check this again, and then I gotta save the output. Copy. Okay, it's still falling outside for some reason. I still don't get what I'm doing wrong here. There's some weird mismatch with coordinate systems. Your mouse pos is viewport to room's local. Your get panel rect is room's local because it's based on self dot position. The big negative values are because you shifted the whole layout away from the origin, so everything is living in negative land. That's why adjusted mouse position equals room position minus mouse position seems unintuitive, but still lands the test inside the rect. The good news is printing math. The math isn't consistent though. It was always no. Wait a second. Oh. Oh. Hmm. Okay. Okay, so here's the thing. It wasn't, it was showing up as null. So I think I still have the anchor, for lack of a better term, in the wrong place. Um, maybe, let me think. It's the separator. So I'll just check it for corners of main menu to see what's off and what's not. Just a moment. All right. Looks like we're getting somewhere, though. That means we're actually close to the correct deal. Based on your self position, your mouse position is also in coordinate space. May be the same if the right corners don't line up with what you visually see in the editor. You've identified a mismatch. Now I can do that. Okay. Panel rect. Get panel rect. Actually, I'm just gonna do a straight up test, and I'm gonna see what it reports. Because it may report that. Let's see if we can move this up a little bit further. There we go. Okay, so if I do it in the upper corner, room under mouse is null. Upper left corner, upper right corner, it might still be null. No, that's not null. That's correct. So it's how come that is shifted off though? Is it a half? Is there like a half problem? Oh, interesting. Let's do something. Let's clear it. Because I think it's having to do with the center, and so I'm doing the thing based on the upper left corner when it should be based off of the center, and so maybe to get the center position somehow and make the offset, or it actually be the size, so it actually be basically the half panel size, or the panel size divided by 2 or something. So that might be the only problem. So what I'll do is I'll do it over here and see if we'll see if it's okay. So we'll do the first one here. It should be null, right? Room under mouse is null. Room under mouse is still null. Room under mouse is still null. Still null. Still null. No. No. Interesting. Room under mouse's main menu. Ah, weird. Still main menu over here. Room under mouse. Main menu. Room under mouse. Still main menu. Why? No. That is so weird. That's not correct. Something's not correct. Ah, boy. Hmm. Okay. Because there should be a... That's like a way bigger space. It's like twice the space or something. I don't get it. Um, all right. Maybe I won't get it done today. Oh well. Um, I did a simple quick test, testing in various areas. It's like it's offset to the right, the actual room, and then it's like double the height and width. Oh, I bet that is right, huh? No, but I'll try the debugging clip you just pasted. Snippet. So you just pasted. So I can see. Just a moment. Okay, copy code, and we'll go ahead and let's see, it will be in layout room, get panel rect, get panel rect there, right there. Let's put this in here first. That's okay, but rect size. Do this first. Are you there? Right. Okay. Panel the global position. Rect size. Okay, so it's just gonna give me an idea here, I think. Let's see if that is what it does though. Top left. Size 584, 257. Mouse position is 36. $10.74. Okay, let's just copy this here. Copy. That isn't telling me anything either. So, here is the output. Position, top left. Size 584, 257. Includes some offset from the separator or internal V-box calculations while your top left is instead of matching the room's position. See, this is okay. Explain why the width and height seem doubled or offset. It's actually including extra layout space inside the panel. So the phantom offset you're seeing isn't your mouse map. It's how get panel rect is computing the rectangle relative to the self dot position. If you want to get room to work correctly through adjusted mouse position, you'll need to convert the mouse to the same space as get panel rect is using, or adjust the rect to truly be relative to the room's node, ignoring internal panel offsets. Um, Well, I don't have that much time left, but let's see something here. Do 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 do. Now we're down to 3 people. Amazing, amazing. Um, here. Let's go ahead and paste get panel rect. Get center position. Okay, let's do this. here's what I'm working with first. I'm not saying I want to change it, but do I need to change it now? Correct. Internal offsets of the panel. The issues on the function itself is the coordinates of your mouse converted to room's local space need to be converted in the same space as a rect returned by get panel rect. Right now, get panel is effectively returning a rect in global coordinates because position and panel size are in world space. Where you're converting your mouse into room's local space, that mismatch is why room under mouse check fails. You have a couple options without modifying get panel rect. Convert mouse into global space instead of room's local space before checking has point. That is, keep get panel rect as is, but do mouse global get viewport get mouse position. Right? Okay. And compare get panel rect has point to position global. Convert the panel rect to room's local space, essentially doing panel rect local equals rect 2, rooms to local, panel rect position, panel rect size, then compare. Either way, you don't have to touch get panel rect, you just need the mouse and the rect to live in the same coordinate space for has point to test. If you want to rewrite. Okay. Really, all I have to do instead of my own get mouse position is just to substitute it with the get viewport, the get mouse position. Unless you still need numerous local coordinates elsewhere. Previous were off. You're mixing local and global spaces. All right. Copy. Okay, so we'll just do that, and we'll see if that does help. Okay, so let's just do that. Let's go back to the tool script, and we're gonna say we're gonna do this, that. We're gonna also call this mouse toss, just so I can just do it directly, and then we'll just comment this out, and then we'll save it, and then we'll see what we got. All right. If I do it out here now, it should not come up with anything. No. Okay. Middle. Main menu. Okay, let's see about the corners of the extents here. Main menu. About a little bit out. No. Main menu. Main menu. No. Room under mouse is still no. Wait a minute. Just a little bit. A little bit. Oh, that's weird. It was doing what? I don't know what's doing that. Okay, so how come? Hmm. Drive me nuts. Hmm. Well, it's almost time. My time's almost up today, so I don't know. Drag started main menu. Let's. Okay, I'm gonna do this again. Let's do upper left corner. Nope. And oh, I like. Oh, okay, fine. Get panel rect. Okay. Let's try this again. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, how many of these does it do? Okay, let's clear that. We're gonna do this again here. Oh, why don't I? Okay, so all right. Um, get panel rect. Get panel rect. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna say, all right. Um, let's see something here. It's registering. Fine. Let me check something first. Need to modify some code. Hold on. Let's just go ahead and Okay, so let's remove all these other get room under mouse, except for the main one, because we are actually going to go ahead and we're going to label the 1, 2, and I'm going to do the thing that I did. So we're actually going to copy this room under mouse. We're going to call this, I'll just call this original instead of 2. That. And then this one is just, we are not going to do this. We are going to say room we're going to do these prints here. Okay, so let's take if it's not editor hint, we're going to take this out. I know it's going to do, or we'll do like that. Okay, and then, yeah, that's fine. Let's see some here. Okay. Okay, so this is just editor hint, right? We're going to say our room equals this. Control C, Control V, semicolon, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna remove this, right? Else, return null. So now we don't have a bunch of stuff. We're just doing this only works with the main menu room. Okay, so it only checks for the main menu room. Okay, so that way, I mean, it'll still do the same thing, but that way it won't give us a bunch of extra stuff. Here, let's just go ahead and reload it. That. So when I click on it, it's going to give us top left, but it's only going to give us like one top left here. Okay. What time is it? It's 3:30. Yeah, doggone it. Okay, so I basically made a version of Get Room under mouse that only checks the first room, the main menu room, because otherwise there are hundreds of debug prints from the Get panel direct function. Here's the output. Clicking in the center of the menu room panel. Okay, now we're just going to get the output. Copy. Mouse position in viewport coordinates. Adjust the mouse position. You're subtracting something to try to convert it, but that puts it way off. room position, local to rooms, top left panel rect, 44, global position of the panel node. Mouse versus panel rect. The mouse coordinates after adjustment are still nowhere near the panel's rect and global coordinates. To room's local space with the panel rect coordinates and global space. Convert the mouse on the global coordinates instead of local rooms. Yeah, that's not going to work. Completely different spaces. Just a moment here. That get viewport, get mouse position is essentially returning screen coordinates. So that's never going to work. However, I might be able to do rooms.to global, possibly. Give me one more moment. Let's do something here. That could throw the other part off too, though, so that's still a problem. Get mouse position. There's a thing, though, isn't there? Get mouse position. Second. Get room under mouse. Let's. If I switch these back, might not work. Probably won't work. Just, I'm kind of spitballing here, though, a little bit, but, okay, still main menu. Mouse position. Adjusted mouse position. -691. That puts it further out. Okay. And let's do something here. Let's go ahead and let's make this a plus. Just swap it. Let's see what happens then. Probably still not right, but adjusted mouse position, 1924. Room position. Now it's out again. Okay. I'm gonna have to do something here. And where's get mouse position? Okay. Okay. Rooms to local. We're gonna say rooms to global, I think. So I'm gonna try this. Rooms to global. Oop. Put that. And let's put this here, that. We're gonna see if this works. And if this doesn't work, I'll have to call it quits, and we'll have to start all over again. Boom. Oh. Still not working right when using global. I don't have any more time today, so maybe you can, maybe we can start over tomorrow. In fact, maybe we can come up with a way I can put everything sort of on the same page. But that will have to be tomorrow. Thanks. Multiple layers like rooms, panels, and viewport curtain. Take a deep step back, starting fresh tomorrow. You get everything into a single, consistent space. Smart move. Thanks. Okay, well, that's about it, folks, for today. You three that are still left. Thanks for joining. Didn't get anything done today, but that's okay. We'll have to restart tomorrow, and maybe I'll find a way of clearing out to where it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do any click select or anything. Well, I mean, except for the actual. I actually have a click select thing on the deal, but we'll we'll check. We'll see if I get everything lined up. If I get all the oranges lined up, so rooms is at 0, 0, and the starting of I put everything at 0, 0. I'll still have a problem with adding things. See if I can find a way of adding rooms in a different location or something. Maybe above 0, 0 or something. And if I get everything in the same coordinate space where everything starts at the same place, then it should work out okay. And the thing being is that main menu should start at 0, 0, and then anything else can go any which way, but it will all go down from 0. It can go any which way, left or right. It doesn't really matter because I'll be placing them that ways, and it will just go from there. Maybe it'll do that. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe if things work out okay. We'll see. Thank you for watching part 2.